What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? It is Monday afternoon, 5:30 p.m. on the East, 2:30 p.m. on the West. You're watching Betting with the Bag and Cal Surprise. Coming in off a loss today. God damn. Horrifying shit. I spent the whole afternoon putting in records onto a spreadsheet for NCAA basketball. And I'm losing my shit over here. What a horrible start to the baseball season. And I'm just trying to keep my cool. Trying to keep my shit together. I mean, it's going south fast, man. Fast. I mean, last year I went up 11 units. Felt good about myself before the horrific downturn came. And this year it just started off with losing. So I'm a little scared. I'm a little worried. NHL going so well. NBA going pretty much how it always is. And NCAA, I'm putting my records in. It was a rough couple weeks there. But the records just aren't finished. They just aren't finished. So, yeah, horrifying. Feeling a little horrifying. But I have the $150 on the plus 550 future on the line tonight. And at this point, I'm not hedging. We'll hear what Max has to say. Maybe Max will talk me into hedging. Maxwell Smart will be joining us on the Late Show. But I'm here. I'm ready to rock. And I'm very thankful to have you guys here. Maybe add some plays. I'm trying not to have too many plays right now, but oh God, have I ever come in here after an early show in daytime games being like, see, feeling good about myself? I don't think I have. Shout out to Stephen Dollery. Now we got Ricardo Gutierrez. We got UGA fan, 2-out home run. Yeah, reminds me a lot of last year. Just 2-out horror shows. Kobe Valentine, copy and paste this. Atlanta moneyline, Philadelphia moneyline, Oakland moneyline, Seattle moneyline, St. Louis moneyline. Kobe, thank you for being here and sharing those plays with us. Copy and paste that. And here we go. Put that right under the Brewers Angels. I wonder, I'd love to back the Brewers. I'd love to back the Brewers. Speaking of the Brewers, just to touch Cahill, but man, it's a late game for them. It's a late game for them playing out, in Milwaukee and then flying over to the West Coast. It's just tired late games. Shout out to Alex Ramirez in the house. Said he had to visit a friend in the hospital, missed the morning show. Hope your friend is doing okay. Alex Ramirez, much love to you. We got Coco Bongo in the house. Says, what's shaking the end of the Bluegrass Stakes look like me and two buddies stumbling home on a Friday night. That's hilarious. JC Alvarez says, let's rock. If you take like Texas Tech first half and possibly consider double result prop. Texas Tech halftime, Virginia full-time at plus 420. That's a great call, JC Alvarez. Great idea. And Kobe Valentine's on a real Virginia ticket, plus 1,000 future ticket. Man, let's get it for us. Hey, Kobe, let's get it for us. I could really use it. And Kobe plus 1,000, that's beautiful. Kobe says, since 2000, number one seeds are 12-2 versus number two seed are higher March Madness finals. Since 91, faves with a better winning percentage are 13-1 straight up, 12-2 against the spread versus sub 848 opponents in March Madness finals. Well, that sounds very nice. Vegas Gun in the house. Love seeing that. Ron Lofton in the house. Freddie Fortune around. Tri-Fam. Oh, shit. Just moved up quickly. Let's go back to, there we go. We got Tri-Fam in the house. Says, I'm about to be 2-0 this morning. Cubs minus 135 money line. Rays minus 1.5, minus 105. Great job, Tri-Fam. Please send a little bit of the winning vibes my way. OG Wham in the house. We got not applicable. Very curious to see who is going to shit the bed. Not applicable says, don't shit the bed, Jimmy. It's too late. Consider my bed shitted. Shitted on. Shat. Whatever term you want to use for shitting past tense. I have shat the bed. JD 1-1 today. Cubs bounce back as expected. That was a smart move. And they've been smashing right-handed pitching. I think that team total over should just be backed with the Dodgers and with the Cubs against any right-handed pitching. And, I mean, that just makes a ton of sense right now. And I guess let's just take a quick look at this Dodgers spot up against Miles Michaelis. Maybe we just back them here, team total over. Let's see what they have for. We'll go over that when we go over the games. Kobe said, I'll try and make it to more shows. Post my MLB plays for you, Jimmy. I'm running hot. Well, please do. I need it desperately. Dean Williams says, happy Homer Bailey Day, everyone. Joe and Easy MLB bets tonight. Oakland moneyline over Seattle, KC, and Milwaukee moneyline. Well, Joe and Easy, I almost went on all three. I'm on Oakland minus 1.5 and the over Seattle, Kansas City. So Hopefully, Joe, we come back here happy tomorrow. Baseball Bob says, Jimmy, stay positive. Tata in the house. What up, Tata? Underdog says, watching the morning show. How are you, Jimmy? Great to see you. And you, University of Virginia Moneyline. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's exciting to hear that we're on that together. Coco Bongo says, first weeks of baseball, I bet a lot of overs and never fails me. And Alex Ramirez is on Texas Tech. Nando Sueva says, Jimmy, what's up? And Not Applicable says, Jazz shit the bet of the week. Wow, very, very interesting. We have a huge NBA card tomorrow, and Ski Profit will be joining us. So we got the man for the job. Cody Valentine leaning towards the Angels. That makes sense to me. That makes Baseball Bob says it's a great day today. It's Homer Bailey Day. I'm not going to fade Homer Bailey here. To be honest with you, I think King Felix is the one who should and could be faded. And I am sort of fading him in my Heritage prop bet, which we'll play in a little bit. Juan Ruiz cashing with the Cubbies. Cole Coleone in the house. Dean Williams on Seattle -110. Seattle at the half, first five -120. Seattle -0.5, first half +130. And Seattle team total over 4.5 -130. So Dean Williams definitely fading. Homer Bailey going right up against our man, Drew Martin, who is on the other side here. Nando Suevas like in the under 8 in the Yankees Houston. Big guy Bubba happy with this smashed Cubbies. And Ricardo Gutierrez says it's called shattered. Interesting. I know what shart. Well, let's not get it. Okay. Not applicable. We got Diesel Eugene in the house. Thank you for joining us. Diesel Eugene. Marshall Hoffman says Seattle going to put up big numbers again. Yeah, they're just rolling. My man Michael in the house. Michael Light says under in Tampa, and he's upset about it. I get it. Alex Ramirez saying to take a look at the under on the Astros. And yeah, UGA fan, I get it, and I just absolutely get it. Larry Savage saying the ref saved my life. I went all in on Virginia Saturday and staying away from today's game. Well, I'm glad that you cashed, man. Oh, and JC Alvarez says it's Shizzard the bed. Shizzard the bed. Interesting. Okay. Not applicable says Lakers was great yesterday. Rico Roxas says Cubs smash. All right, well, and Dave LA joining us says I was sweating Rays White Sox under 8. Nice job. Of course, I go first 5 instead of full game. Gate Pass Key Rolling says Cubs Tampa parlay cash it. Shout out to Brant Hunt in the house. Baseball Bob says Jimmy the refs in tonight's Texas Tech will overcompensate on the calls against Virginia. Watch and see. It's about human nature. Copy and paste this. Okay. Baseball Bob, and we'll come back to it tomorrow. I understand that idea, but it was a foul on the 3. It was just about the double dribble that you're talking about. The missed double dribble, I'm assuming, is what you are talking about. Because that's a foul, sadly. I mean, he bumped into his hip. Tough. Brant Hunt says Tech wins tonight. Drew Daddy was on that with you. Of course, beautiful. And I hear that. Drew Daddy in the house, nice to have you. Okay, well, let's start going over these late games and see if there is something that should, could, or would be added. So thank you guys for joining us. Let's get to work on this MLB card. We're going to focus on the MLB card right now. Then we're going to have Max joining us. If you guys want, we can talk a little bit about the NHL playoffs. You know, that's up to you. Doesn't start till Wednesday, so there's no real reason why we shouldn't just continue hammering this stuff. Ron Lofton says under 117.5, easy. You know, it's interesting. The market has moved towards the over. It's now 118.5, and I was sort of thinking the same thing. I was thinking, is this the time that we jump on this under right now? I was sort of thinking the same thing. And Drew Daddy says, when do the NHL playoffs start? Drew Daddy, they start on Wednesday morning, and it's very, very exciting. I got some beautiful futures sitting here with me right now. Not a ton, and all focused in one division. So, except for the Penguins. Except for the Penguins. So I have $100 on the Flames to win the Western Conference at plus 1,400. $100 on the Flames to win the Cup at plus 2,800. I have $200 on the Sharks to win the West at plus 550. $100 on the Sharks to win the Cup at plus 1,500. $100 to win the Cup. Sharks to win the Cup at plus 1,000. And then I added the Penguins to win the Eastern Conference at plus 1,100, just $100, and $100 on the Penguins to win the Cup at plus 2,000. And then I made a hedge, a mistaken spot on $150 on the Knights to win the Western Conference at plus 450. If I'd done that now, it'd be plus 600, but we will hammer this stuff later. Okay, let's get to work now together. And Gas Mask 42 saying Astros Yankees no score in first inning. Same for San Diego, San Francisco. Very curious to hear what lines you got on those two looks. But let's go over this and see if there's anything to add. I got a couple things up and ready to go. Let's see, I got RotoWire. Do I have, and I don't have Pinnacle up. Let me grab Pinnacle for team totals right here. quickly grab them and see if we're going to add any team totals, because I wish the Brew Crew wasn't, and they'll still maybe take care of business, but I just don't like the team total there with them flying all the way to the West, and it's a late game for them. Okay, let's get to work. I got my team totals up. Let's get to work right now. Okay, here we go. Let's start with the Yankees Astros. Should a move be made? Let's see what the line moves are here. Yankees Astros, Tanaka versus Verlander. And it opened, as we said, at 7.5. It was 8 on the morning show. It's still at 8. Slightly juiced towards the under. And Verlander is being backed here. He's coming off a bad start, a 4 innings tough start against the Rays. He's getting back. There's been a move towards him, a 19-cent move at BetOnline towards the Astros. JD says, anyone explain why the scorching 9-2 Mariners are the only minus 110 against the 2-6 Royals with Bailey on the mound? Line concerns me. It's because of King Felix and King Felix's numbers on the road. We'll get to that. When we get to that, I'll play the video that I made earlier today. It is because of King Felix, but we'll talk about that together as a group. Now, Yankees are hitting 284 with a 938 OPS versus righties. Astros hitting just 266 with a 746 OPS versus righties. Alex Ramirez on the Astros under. Let's take a quick look at what the lineups that we are going to be seeing here with the Yankees and the Astros. With the Yankees, we got Gardner, Judge, Voit, Sanchez, Torres, Bird, LeMahieu, Fraser, and Urshela playing third base for the Yanks. And then with Houston, we have Springer, Altuve, Bregman, Brantley, Correa, Gurriel, Reddick, White, Chirinos. I'd like to start backing Houston. I'd also like to start backing Houston team totals. I feel like they're rounding into form, but I'm not sure if I want to do it here early in the season, because we know that there's some fatigue issues that at times Tanaka deals with. Let's just see what the Houston Astros team total over is. Oh, wow. It's 4.5 plus 117. 3.5 for the Yankees plus 101. It says a lot. That's a very telling team total. Shout out to Ulysses Hayes. Gio Mercedes said, I was at the game in Baltimore yesterday. Yankees look good there, hitting the ball well. And the underdog is on the Houston run line. Kate Pasky says, I'm not buying that King Felix pitches worse than Bailey. Not a good angle. Really? I think we'll come back and see, but I would expect Bailey to pitch better than King Felix here. I really would. Now, maybe there's no issue with another issue with arm fatigue. I mean, King Felix looks like one old 33-year-old out there. My man Eddie Obasoan says Tanaka will give up runs here. Astros coming off that sweep of the A's. They're looking very good. Verlander's pitched the Yankees tough in his career, 3.49 ERA, but he was excellent against them in 2 starts last year, 1-0, 0.61 ERA. It truly feels like Verlander steps up in these situations when he knows all baseball fans will be watching. This is a marquee game on the card tonight. Ulysses Hayes on Seattle money line, and Anthony Mastronardi says Seattle hitting too well. I'm not going to make a move. Ulysses Hayes says King Felix has a chip on his shoulder. Did he not last year? Marshall Hoffman says Felix is going to have a big day. RMK says, hey, y'all, can't wait for Wednesday. Yeah, RMK, I got a gorgeous NHL record that's all up to date finally. I'm looking forward to share as I share my horrifying MLB record. Okay, well, why don't we just start talking about this Mariners game right now? Everybody's speaking on it. Mariners, Royals. I went on the over 10 at minus 102. If I wanted to jump on that right now, let's see what I would grab. Mariners, KC. Now you could get a minus 101 right now, but minus 115 at Bovada, minus 107 at BetOnline. Ricardo Gutierrez says Felix's arm is worn. You know what, Rafa? Why don't we share our Heritage prop bet video? Why don't we pop that off right now? Because it has to do with this very game that we speak of. Bang it out for us, Rafa. Thank you. Welcome to the Heritage Prop of the Day. At heritagesports.eu, you pick the sport, you pick the prop, you pick the players. They give you the odds. We cracked our losing streak on Monday. We would have made it 2 in a row on Wednesday, but Giordano was scratched. Tarasenko did his part, got a goal and assist, but the bet was voided. Still sitting at 4-7, but we're going to change that right here. We're taking the Kansas City Royals with Merrifield to have more hits than the St. Louis Cardinals' Marcell Ozuna at minus 122. Whit Merrifield's on a tear. He extended his hitting streak to 28 games yesterday, dating back to last season. Hit a leadoff double, finished today 3 for 4. He's batting .324 on the season and .360 this year versus righties. And he's going up against one weak-ass righty, King Felix Hernandez. 33 years old. The guy's aging like a meth junkie. Felix is terrible on the road. Last year, he had a 6.97 ERA, 1.52 whip on the road. Merrifield's 5 for 10 in his career against Felix Hernandez. And Marcell Ozuna is 0 for 5 lifetime against Hyun-Jin Ryu. That's who he's going up against. Ryu's had a very nice first 2 starts. 2-0, 2.08 ERA, 0.77 whip, 13 innings, 0 walks, 13 Ks. Ozuna is 0 for 6 so far this year versus lefties. Last year he hit lefties fine, 314, but this is one tough lefty. So far in 2019, Ozuna's not hitting, batting 219. And if the Cardinals are ahead late, they'll pull Ozuna and put in a defensive replacement, Merrifield, to have more hits than Ozuna at minus 122. Thank you, Underdog. Very, very kind of you to say, yeah, not applicable, saying St. Louis craps the bed tonight. We will get to that game. But Mariners at Royals, and Ron Lofton says it's both pitchers stink. Isn't the over first 5 to play? It is, but the Royals bullpen is an absolute mess. Absolute mess. They've allowed 21 runs on 29 hits, 21 walks in 23 and a third, 8.10 ERA. And I just don't feel like I should be doubling up on anything at this point. But I'd like to double up. Larry Savage says Homer Bailey's had an ERA over 6 3 years in a row, but he gets new money from Kansas. It is ridiculous. Marshall Hoffman said that hurts. Says meth head Felix will have 8 Ks today and let in no runs. So I guess I won't double up on it, but I do find that Felix is susceptible outside of Seattle. Now he's starting a brand new season, so maybe he's got strength in his arm, but I feel like he's susceptible at this spot. JD says staying away from the sides in Seattle. I'll stick with both team totals over. Everyone is on Seattle, and it's still only minus 110. Alex Ramirez says Royals suck. Well, let's take a quick look at what the team totals are here at Pinnacle in this spot. See what they are. The Mariners they're both over 4.5. One's at minus 138. One's at minus 109. So Coco Bongo says KC stinks. So really, who's going to stink more is the question. Dave L.A. is on a couple plays here. Let me just grab Dave L.A. He leans the Brewers Angels under 9, and he's on the Mariners Royals over 9.5, over 10. I've just had such a bad start to the year. I'm very hesitant to add plays, and I'm not going to. And maybe if I can get myself down to, on a little bit of a roll, I'll start doubling, tripling. But triple ups, I fell apart last year with triple ups. I already did a quadruple up that went 0 for 4. Super Alpha Fitness says everyone was right about that Cubs over. Yeah, it's a nice to see that we can all be on a play except for me and hit. I'm not gonna. Okay. MMK says think Beckham is out for Seattle today. Let's take a quick look at what the lineups are and if they are confirmed here. And they are confirmed. So you are absolutely right. There is no Beckham. It's Haniger, Santana, Bruce, Encarnacion, Vogelbach, Ryan Healy, Narvaez, Dylan Moore at shortstop, and D. Gordon. For the Royals, it's Merrifield, Mondesi, Gordon, Soler, O'Hearn, Dozier, Owings, Maldonado, and then Billy Hamilton at the 9 spot. And that's it for me. I'd love to. What would we get for the first 5? Let's take a quick look. MMK says Malik Smith and Beckham out. Let's quickly look at what we get for the first half here. First 5 is a 5.5, and I'm just going to stay off of it. Patrick Slay saying nice words to me. Said Jimmy just caught up on the early show. Sorry to hear about the MLB downs, but it's early and the numbers will only get better as we have more data deeper into the season. Thank you for saying that, Patrick Slay. Shout out to you, my friend. Campsite Killer says Mariners or no play. So I am not going to add a play here, but I guess I find a Royals team total over appealing, but if I was going to make that move, I would need to make it on the first 5, and there is some confidence in what King Felix is going to provide here, so I'm just going to stick on the full game over. I just am not at a point where I should start adding plays indiscriminately. No, but I mean, not that this would be indiscriminately, but. And Marshall Hoffman agreeing with Campsite Killer. Shout out to Campsite Killer. Man, I know you've been making videos for King's Court, but I wouldn't mind a quick slasher video for the boys here at Low Bag. Shout out to you, my man, Campsite Killer. And good luck to your Sharks. I hope they roll. I have futures on them and need that cash. Patrick Slay says King Felix, just a name. It's going to get too much juice. Joe Rich says Dodgers, Giants, A's, no runs in first inning. And a bunch of guys have been hammering the no runs first inning and making lots of money off them. So at this point, I'm not making a move on Mariners Royals. I'm staying off. I'm staying off. Let's keep breaking down this card and see if there's more spots that we want to jump on here. Okay, so Yankees Astros we've talked about. I'm not jumping on it. Ulysses Hayes says, I like Philadelphia money line. They're going to tear up Washington's bullpen. Why don't we talk about that game next? Nationals, Phillies. Let's take a look at the confirmed lineups here. What do we have for confirmed lineups? We have, with Washington, Eaton, Dozier, Rendon, Soto, Zimmerman, Suzuki, Difo, Sanchez, Anibal Sanchez on the 8th spot, and then turning the lineup over with Victor Robles. And with the Phillies, we have McCutchen, Segura, Harper, Hoskins, Real Muto, Herrera, Kingery getting the start at 2nd, Franco at 3rd, and Velasquez at 9th. And here we have Jeremy Miller, and this guy lives in Philly. Love getting his insights. Says Phillies are batting .255 for Sanchez. Keep in mind, Phillies bats are better than last year. Also, Sanchez owns a 9.00 ERA in his last 3 versus the Phils. Nats bullpen is just so bad. Marshall Hoffman is on the Nationals -1.5. Well, what do you guys think you're going to get out of Velasquez? That's the question. He's just not somebody I trust. So if I don't trust Anibal Sanchez, but he burnt me so many times last year getting the soft contact that he was able to get nonstop. And so I'm afraid to fade him. RMK says, Jimmy, what about doing an MLB what you did in college basketball where you only bet games that max run and the market moved that way with Dave L.A., another great cappers? Yeah, the one thing about college basketball more so is that I just didn't have the time to cap it with NBA and NHL going full swing. Not that it helped last year, but I'm going to have the time soon, especially when the NBA gets the playoffs, to really cap it. And when I came into last year, when I was up, 11 units early, I was like, see, we're going to hammer MLB together. And then things fell apart. So I hear that RMK, and it may be something I have to do. It may be something I have to do. David Stewart saying Washington bullpen is bad. Bubbarito, new name. Bubbarito says Nationals, Phillies over all day. Both teams are consistent overs right now. Nationals got a point to move. Okay, well, let's take a look at what the line movements have been in this game. We're going to spreads and totals, sportsbookreview.com, and hitting the SBR odds. So, sorry, I'm still at first half. The first half is a 5. The full game is a 9.5. The weather is blowing out 7 miles per hour. That was from the morning. I don't know if it's changed. Alex Ramirez says, thinks the Nats are going to give up a ton of runs here. Gate Pass Key says, I agree, Bubbarito. Astute Chaos says, what up, people? Gio Mercedes, I can't answer these questions about that. I don't have any power for hiring and anything. So, I love the man very, very much, but I can't tell you what's going on. I don't get to make decisions around here. So, Nationals, Phillies. So there won't be the fanfare of the first series, but God, I guess there's just too many question marks. What the hell? What do you guys think Velasquez is going to give this team? Joe Anisi said the Phillies bullpen behind him has been mediocre at best. Washington's bullpen ranks dead last in the majors. Also liking the over. Joe Anisi leaning over. 9.5. It opened at 9, and that's where Gin Rummy got it. 9.5 now. The over opened at 9 at -105 at Pinnacle. Now it's 9.5 at -102. Juice 38 Special says Washington 9.5 under. So Juice 38 Special is the only one going on the under at this point. I'm just not going to go back to this well from Anibal Sanchez. But I guess the Phillies are going to see him again. His only start was there. Patrick Slay says Rendon is smashing. Dave L.A. says Nationals first 5 has been money, but their bullpen is bad. Stick to what they can provide. And Dave L.A., what's your guess on what's your feel on Velasquez here? I just need to see what he's doing. You're right, RMK. You're right. You're right. Alex Amir says, should we just stay away, Jimmy? What do you think? I mean, I'm going to. Anibal Sanchez was just so capable last year, and he's a vet. So it's easier for these vets, and that's why Bumgarner could have another real nice start against the Padres, because he's just got tricks in his toolbox, and he's able to pull them out whenever he needs to, whereas who knows what Eric Lauer is going to provide. So at this point, I'm not going to make a move. David Ellis says, Vulcan, but he's talking about Velasquez, says, I will never trust with my money. I agree. Yo-Yo Street says, yes, please, let's talk about the Braves. So why don't we go to the Braves, and then we'll go to the Dodgers, Cardinals right after. Braves at Rockies. First off, let's look at the line movement, and then let's look at the confirmed lineups. Here we go. Braves, Rockies, Teheran versus Freeland. The over is at 10.5, and the big line move, as we saw in the morning, has gone towards the Braves. And Teheran, who has very nice road records. Ulysses Hayes says, scared money don't make money. I hear that, Ulysses Hayes, but when I bet on MLB, I don't make money since I've come down here. So I'm just very hesitant to make a move. And I feel like I should be scared right now. I shouldn't be just throwing out plays left, right, and center. And, we'll see what goes on. And I don't want to be sitting here fucking sad for the next 4 months due to MLB. So I'm not going to go out without firing some punches. I'm not, if I go out, I'm going to go out fucking swinging and stabbing with sharpened chopsticks. Don't worry about that. Marshall Hoffman says Braves have been hot. JC Alvarez says Braves or nada. Let's take a look at the confirmed lineups for the Braves. The Braves, too, man. Wait till Acuna starts rolling. I mean, Acuna's done nothing at this point. It's 2 for 31, I believe. Ozzie Albies, Josh Donaldson, Freeman, Acuna, Markakis, Swanson, Enciarte, Alex Jackson at catcher, and then Teheran batting ninth. For the Rockies, Blackman, Tapia, Arenado. So Story did come back. So they did lose Dahl, but Story did come back. Iannetta batting fifth. Josh Fuentes, Valaika, Hampson. What happened to this Rockies lineup? I mean, that's just a horrible, horrible lineup. God, that's an ugly, ugly, ugly lineup. Raven in the Desert says Rockies and under. Oh, man. Jin Rummy says, stay disciplined, Jimmy. No need to force plays, especially late when it's tempting. Thank you, Jin Rummy. Thank you for saying that. I need you to say that to me often right now. And Larry Savage says, scared money loses money. I get that. Okay, you guys. Unintentional effectiveness says, go with the Mariners versus KC and the Gasoline or Bailey first five. Anything against Bailey is money. We'll see. We will absolutely see. This Rockies lineup is terrible. Wow, David L.A. says, sorry, Velasquez did pitch well versus the Nationals. I lean first five under. That's interesting because you're getting a big 5.5 there. A big 5.5. That is an interesting look. I'm not going to jump on Velasquez right now, but I guess I would lean towards that play here. But let's talk about this spot here with Braves, Colorado. Should the Braves be jumped on? Should the under be jumped on? I mean, I think that Freeland is going to pitch. Again, it's very... The Braves against lefties. Last year, they absolutely smashed lefties, and they're doing it again this year. 292 batting average, 878 OPS. Alex Ramirez says, you do your thing. We are all here to listen to you. Thank you. Well, we're here to work together. And that's the key to our success here. 77 figure says Dodgers on fire. I don't understand this line versus Cards. Yeah, let's talk about that game next. At this point, I would like to back the Braves. But I like Freeland. 2.31, 0.86, 2.31 ERA, 0.86 whip early. The Braves smash lefties. Remo says, I'm just joining. So are we talking NHL playoff series before playoffs start? Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. We're going to talk heavy, but not today. They don't start till Wednesday. So we're going to have Parlay Poppy. I'm trying to move Parlay Poppy over to Wednesday morning, so we're going to talk heavy about it. Dave LA says, I'm on the Braves first five -1 at +170. Also, Freeland at home. Game stays under. It's like 25-5 in the last 30 games. And what an easy lineup it feels like. God, it just feels like such an easy lineup for Colorado. And if Atlanta pitches well, if Freeland pitches well, Teheran should have no problem with this lineup. Arenado's not hot yet. 68 degrees. Man, I feel like that under's tempting. Wow, Anna Merrick says, tuning in from the beach in Mexico, baby. Bought the Wi-Fi package so I didn't miss the show. Wow, shout out to you, Anna Merrick. Enjoy the beach, my man. I know you've been white hot. Some giant parlays, hitting giant parlays in NHL and giant parlays in MMA. Shout out to our man, Anna Merrick. Yeah, Lance LaRose says under. Ulysses A says, Freeland is nice, but too many bats in Atlanta. The under I find very appealing. Let's take a look at what the market moves have been with this total in this game. I find that's just such a horrifyingly ugly lineup for the Rockies. 10.5, it's a plus money. So people are hammering the over. Of course they're hammering the over a bit just because of what everybody saw last night on Sunday Night Baseball. What's the first five Let's see what the first 5 under is. God, those unders are appealing here. Let's see what Gate Pass Key says. Says weird line. Books are expecting Rockies to get hot all of a sudden. Braves run line for me. I find the under extremely appealing in this game. I know it's a tough spot to get unders. 5.5. Man, I just find that it's something that they can get to. Dylan Sutter, Balky, great. Getting a new capper now. Says Braves are 0-4 versus lefties on the road. God, I find that under appealing. Bubberitos on Braves minus 2.5. Wow. Taking the Coors Field fade to a big place. Dave LA, are you going to back the under? Oh, and Ulysses Hayes, Braves money line. Write it down, Jimmy. Are you on the under in this spot? Because I know you're talking about it, and I know you're on Braves first 5, but I find that under tempting. I find that under very, very tempting. Ty Clinton says line is dropped a half point. Not with the books that I'm looking at here, Ty. Shout out to Trot Wham in there. Trot Wham, we miss you on this show. Love to have you pop on this show live. We've got some big, heavy basketball coming up. Let me know if there's anything that you can, anytime you want to jump on. Marshall Hoffman says the under does look good. Dave LA says, I don't trust either bullpen with the under, Jimmy. If you like the under, do it early. Walla Walla Dos says, sorry, but have you made your official night MLB game pick, Jimmy? I have, and I've made more than one because I just can't help myself. I've made 2. I'm on the over 10 in Mariners Royals and the Yankees minus 1.5 at plus 116. Dylan Sutter Balky saying Rockies are 20-6 in Freeland's last 26 home starts. Bit Extent says bring back MLB team totals. But I find that both pitchers would help here. But let's take a look at what the team totals are in this situation. Patrick Slay saying that the Braves alternative run line looks nice. Yo-Yo Street says took the Braves early. Shout out to DJ 100 grand, another man we missed very much here on the show. Let's see what we got here with team totals. So it's 5.5. Wow, the Braves are 4.5. God, that seems accessible. In Colorado, over 4.5 at minus 136, and Rockies are 5.5 at plus 104. And the first 5, they're both at 2.5. God, that's low for this place. Stack Guap says you're still on baseball. We are. Maxwell Smart will be joining us shortly. Marcellus Wallace on the minus 1.5. OG Wham says I'm with it. Hit me up. Okay, beautiful. I will hit you up. My man. I find these. I mean, don't you? I feel like this Braves bullpen has looked so bad, but they shouldn't be as bad as they've looked. They should be able to turn it around. And I don't think this Rockies bullpen is horrible. God. Farsha Asami, I have not jumped on the Yankees. That was the A's. I've not jumped on the Yankees at this point, but we'll talk about it. God. And DJ 100 grand on Virginia. I love hearing that. Wow. I'm very close to making a move on this under here. Patrick Say says Colorado bats are ice cold. Freeland's going to pitch well, even though the Braves smash lefties. And they're not smashing as hard as they did last year, but that's because Acuna is not hitting the way he would. Charles Barkley said, any lean on the Yankees game tonight? Jimmy, yeah, we'll move over to the Yankees game right after this. I just very close to making a move here. Let's see. The first 5 is 5.5 at plus money. 5.5 at plus money. I did, Marcellus Wallace. Did I say Yankees? My fault, Marcellus Wallace. I'm on the A's. A's minus 1.5. A's minus 1.5 at plus 116. Sorry, looking at notes. I guess I was staring at the Yankees team. Oh, sorry. We already broke that game down. What am I talking about? We broke down the Houston Yankees game as well. But I'm on the A's minus 1.5 at plus 116. Thank you, Marcellus Wallace, for keeping that straight. The under 5.5 is appealing. I just think Freeland's going to get better and better. And what an easy lineup. Get through. Getting a plus spot under 5.5. Ulysses Hayes says new season. Acuna will have a better series here. Oh, man. Dave LA, are you on the under first 5.5? Under 5.5 here? I'd like to make a move on it. Buck Nasty, loving the Angels run here. Okay, I'm not making a move yet. I'm going to sit on it while Max is breaking down this finals game. Maybe I jump on it then. Certainly leaning towards this first 5. Okay, let's talk Dodgers, Cardinals here and take a look at the lineups. Drew Daddy says, I don't see this college game going over tonight. I don't either. And I'd be interested in taking the under, but I just got such a big score, such a big score for me. I mean, $825 if Virginia wins this game. And it's basically a free roll, although I've already used the plus 115 I hit on winning the region. And it was just $150 there. Ulysses Hayes on Texas Tech. 77.3 says, Dodgers look good here. They are on a roll. Funny line. Let's talk about this line here. Spreads and totals. Full game here. Oh, sorry, money lines and totals. Here we go. Let's see what's going on here. Dodgers opened. The total opened at 8.5. It's now down to an 8. God, Rios just looked great. And Michaelis, when is he going to start rolling? At some point. At some point. You're just on Braves first 5. I get it. Okay, let's talk about this spot here. Dodgers opened at minus 115 favorites. And now the Cardinals are at minus 111. So move towards them. Let's see how Pinnacle's handled this money line. So Pinnacle opened it up with the Dodgers. Excuse me, I said Cards. Dodgers at minus 120. And now the Dodgers are plus 101. A 21-cent move towards the Cardinals. Cardinals opened at plus 111 and are now minus 109. Pinnacle is a sharp book backing the Cardinals, but the Dodgers are just hitting the leather off the ball. Dodgers are hitting 326 with a 1,060 OPS versus righties. Cardinals are hitting just 157 with a 516 OPS versus lefties. Jin Rami saying, Steam chasing the Braves. That's not how you win in sports betting. Braves plus 125 yesterday or pass. That is what disciplined gamblers do. You're absolutely right. Dave L.A. on the Cardinals money line and leaning towards the over. Wow. Cardinals just lost 2 of 3 to San Diego Padres in their opening series. Michaelis has allowed 4 home runs in 10 innings this season. He only allowed 16 in 32 starts last year. Schilt says he's ready to go. But Rios looked very, very good. And he's looked so good in only 2 appearances. So tiny sample size at Busch Stadium. 1-0, 0.69 ERA, 0.692 whip. Let's take a quick look at what we are getting here with this lineup. Confirm the lineups. Dodgers, Peterson, Seager. So Jock leading off. Bellinger, who's just ripping the leather off the ball. 7 homers already. A.J. Pollock, Max Muncy, Alex Vertigo. Enrique Hernandez at second base. Russell Martin behind the plate. And then Ryu batting 9th. For the Cardinals, Carpenter, Goldschmidt, Martinez, Ozuna, DeYoung, Molina, Bader, Colton Wong, and then Michaelis. Man, interesting. Very, very interesting. Dave Stewart saying, oh, you're a good handicapper. You don't need approval to play it. Play if you like it, play. I hear that, Dave Stewart. I've just been taking it right in the old brown eye all baseball season long. And my prison pocket doesn't want any more action, man. Just doesn't. Lucky Lefty says Dodgers over is your play. I hear that. And America says, think the Dodgers let down after crushing the Rockies. That is the question. That is the big question. Ulysses Hayes says bats are swinging right now. To me, this market move has me a little confused. Bubbarito says if the public loves the Cardinals, that should bring more confidence on picking the Dodgers. Just a 20-cent line move is not something I want to run face first into at this point. CT Bay says, I agree, 77, ride the Dodgers at this price. You're getting a juicy price, but why the market move? The market is saying Michaelis is going to have a nice start here, even though the Dodgers smash righties. So at this point, I'm not making a move there. So let's talk Padres Giants. Wow, Raven in the Desert saying, I just left the book. Ticket Writer says, everyone betting Tech and the under. Wow, thank you for the heads up there. Bud Nino says, Michaelis looks very bad. Dodgers are the play or the over. And Marcellus Wallace says, how could you not take the Dodgers on the plus line right now? I'm all over it. Ben Diaz says, beautiful price for a team that's hot. Rio being fire. I get it. I absolutely get it. And Gas Station Sushi, shout out to our man Gas Station Sushi, says, Turf Paradise Race 6, number 4, Michael Mundo, 2 units. Thank you for sharing that. And if you took your last play across the board, it was a profitable hit. So please keep sharing those with us, Gas Station Sushi. Absolutely love it. All right, not applicable. Leaning Giants. Let's talk about this spot. Lauer, Bumgarner, both going back to this rematch from opening day that Lauer won. Bumgarner's looked very good this year. Dave LA going, just final note to that Dodgers game, says all this offense by the Dodgers will wear them down. Plus, late game have to deal with travel. Cardinals is coming off a bad series with the Padres at home to prepare for this series. Ulysses Hayes saying Bumgarner will step up. Let's take a quick look at the line moves here. Quick look, line moves. In the Giants game, Lauer, Bumgarner. So at BetOnline, Bumgarner was open at minus 114 and money coming in on them. So there's a 10-cent line move. 10-cent line move to the Giants at home. Total of 7. Wow. Shout out to Headshot in the house. JC Alvarez says Dodgers over Cards. And Marshall Hoffman like in tech and the over. Tim S. 119 says, hearing everyone on here that are taking the Dodgers solidifies why you should take St. Louis. Wow. So Tim S. wanting to fade everybody here and go with the market. Ulysses Hayes saying revenge for Bumgarner. And David Stewart says, I've noticed the market moves that aren't reflected by the money are very sharp. Gio Mercedes says, for some reason, thinking St. Louis here. Dave LA says, I love Giants team total under 3.5 against the Padres. Let's see what we're getting here at Pinnacle for the Giants team total under. Yeah, under 3.5 at minus 112. This Giants team is just not hitting, and they don't hit lefties. The only thing that concerns me, and it just barely concerns me, is that they've seen Lauer. Will they have a better shot at him? Let's see if we got some confirmed lineups here and take a look at them. We do have the Giants confirmed lineup, and it's horrific. God, is this ugly. Dugar, Austin, Belt, Posey, Crawford. I guess I just don't understand why they start Dugar, Austin. But Belt, Posey, Crawford, Longoria, Solarte, Pilar, Bumgarner. I guess it's not that awful. The expected lineup for the Padres, Kinsler, Myers, Machado, Reyes, Renfroe, Hosmer, Tatis Jr., Hedges, Lauer. A lot of the offseason moves were so that they would be able to hit lefties, something that they couldn't do last year, and something that they've started doing pretty well this year, hitting 240 with an 838 OPS. That's tough. Octagon blog like in the Mets tonight. The Mets tonight? What the hell? They're saying Mets out loud. Okay. Wow. So all said and done, Astute Chaos says, what's the MLB play of the day? And I don't have one at the moment. But I guess if I'm looking at everything I'm on, I would say the Oakland A's minus 1.5 would be my MLB play of the day. All right. I'm not going to make a move on this Padres-Myers spot. Alex Ramirez says Bumgarner would step up. Meant say Verlander will step up. Okay. All right. Big Guy Bubba says, Astute, ask Kobe. I hear that. Ulysses says travel fatigue and trends don't matter at the beginning of the season. That's interesting. Man, Bumgarner's gone 11-0 with 3.29 ERA in 33 games, including 32 starts in his career against the Padres. Myers took him deep in that opening day, but just 7 for 40 against them. Buster Posey and Longoria have good numbers against Lauer. Chris Blanchard said Padres win, better pen is the difference. Let's take a look at what the market move is. Yeah, 10 cents towards the Giants. You're getting an okay line on Lauer, but I don't want to jump on it. I do not. No, all good, Alex Ramirez. Much love, man. But Nino says Giants pen not bad. Though no, they're not that bad. Walla Walla Doe's asking for the Yankees official lineup. Yes, it is out. The Yankees official lineup: Gardner, Judge, Voit, Sanchez, Torres, Bird, LeMahieu, Fraser, and Urshela on the playing third. Well, I am not making a move. I can understand the team total under, and it will probably hit if you're on it, Dave LA, but I just don't want to go take a team total under with a Giants team that should be able to hit a little better versus lefties, and they're seeing a Lauer again after getting shut down by him. Let's talk Brewers Angels. Maybe there's a move here in the Brewers Angels. Budnino says, what time is the Cardinals Dodgers game? The Cardinals Dodgers game pops off at 7:45 Eastern time. So in an hour and a half. Headshot says, Jimmy, did you touch on the championship game? We're going to have Maxwell Smart joining us very, very shortly here. Maxwell Smart joining us in 4 minutes. So and Chris Blanchard saying it's Fade Bailey Day. Great to see you, Chris. Let's talk about this Bruins Angel spot. I would love to jump on the over of just for the Brewers team total over. But with them traveling and playing such a late game, they got to get tired late. So I'm not going to make a move here. Let's just take a look at what the market moves gone on this game. Brewers, Angels, team total opening at 8.5, or sorry, the over opening, the total opening at 8.5 at -120 at Bet Online. It's now at 9 and -110, and a very minuscule move towards the Brewers in this game. Lance LaRose is on the Brew Crew. I'm gonna take the Brew Crew after this game, but here I'm a little hesitant with the Angels feeling good about themselves. Angels are having a tough time versus anybody except for Trout, but Angels are hitting .221 with a .653 OPS versus righties. Brewers, .240, .769 OPS. That's not as good as you'd think that they would have against righties, .769 OPS. Trout rolling. Cahill, he looked okay in his first start, and he's played well against the Brewers, but mainly as a reliever. Chacin is just a pro, man, a pro that you can believe in. Oh, Anna Merrick says, forgot to thank you, man. The W came in for the Flames, winning the division. You're the shit. Yeah, beautiful, eh? Plus 560. I don't know what you got, but that was nice. But I put 500 on the Habs under, so wasn't as good as I was hoping for. Gate Pass keeps saying you can't trust Riddick and Smith to carry Flames through the playoffs. Such a complete team if only had a playoff goalie. You're absolutely right, but Smith could get hot, sort of like Holtby did last year in the playoffs after a bad season. He's capable of it, getting hot for a short period of time. But I hear you. Chris Blanchard says, I love the Mariners game over. Good, I'm on that as well. So I'm not making a move there. I would love to make a move on this under in Colorado, but I'm hesitant to do it. 5.5. God, I could make a move there. Under 5.5 at plus money. I just think that Rockies lineup is terrible. Just terrible. Teheran pitches well on the road. And Freeland is going to give you good at, let's just take another look at who Atlanta has in this lineup. Is it that dangerous? ATL. I mean, Freeland needs to step up for this ball club, and he could easily do it. Albies, Donaldson, Freeman, Acuna, Markakis, Swanson, and Ciarte. As soon as you can get past Swanson, you're in the clear because Ciarte is a professional hitter, but Alex Jackson, Teheran, Albies. God, I want to make a move. I hear you, Gate Passkey. Okay, you know what? All right, I'm going to make a move on it. I said I would keep my plays down to a minimum. And I'm going to. I have a lean towards that under. And, hopefully it hits just to give me a little bit of confidence moving forward. Dave LA says, I got it. Take the Rockies team total under. But even that was a little bit too low, wasn't it? Sorry, let's get to it right now. Rockies team total under 5.5. Yeah, and the first 5 team total over was just 2.5. I wish they were handing it under 2.5 at plus 102. Of course, it's at plus 102. I'm going to sit and think on it for a little while. Chris Blanchard saying Freeland is good at home. We have Maxwell Smart joining us. Man, I've absolutely loved all of his appearances on the show. It is sad that the college basketball season is coming to an end because we're going to miss your energy and your vibe desperately here, Max. Thank you so much for joining us on this Monday afternoon. The championship game is here, Max. How are you doing today?
Well, obviously I have mixed emotions because it is the championship game. It is the culminating end to what has been a successful season for me on multiple fronts. I've explored the world of selling picks. I've explored the world of doing video content, and I was able to stay away from doing a bunch of huge money line parlays this year, which I thought was definitely going to improve my ability to serve cock soup to my bookies, and I've done that. So I'm happy that we're getting a really good championship game, a game that the real, true college basketball fans will be able to appreciate, not these assholes on the outside that just want to see Duke and Kentucky, North Carolina. So defense wins championships. The 2 best defensive teams in the nation are going up against each other. It's going to be a great game, and I have action on both sides. So I'm very interested to see if my signature first half one team, second half the other team will work out for me in this final game.
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited. We still have MLB betting preview on the bottom. Moving on to NCAA basketball, Rafa. I'm excited. Very excited about this game. You said right off the top of this tournament, Virginia is going to go from a 16 seed, losing to a 16 seed, to winning the tournament. I jumped on them to win the region and to win the tourney at plus 550. And I'm in great shape. And I'm hesitant to hedge at this point, just because it's pretty much a free roll after winning the region. And I you know what? What's the point of? It's only $850, and what's the point of turning that into 550 or 6 and 3 on the other side? It's just not quite enough for me to hedge at this point. But I would love to hear your take on my spot. And what exactly are you at? So, do you have futures on Virginia? Do you have anything on Texas Tech?
No, I don't do futures. I'm a game to game better, so I definitely tip my hat to all you guys with your big future tickets in your pockets. Um, but for me personally, all I have are two bets so far in this game. I have Texas Tech first half plus 107, and I have Virginia money line full game at minus 118. I think that we're going to get a tale of two halves. That is what we've typically been able to get from Virginia. I don't think or see a reason why that changes tonight. Tony Bennett is going to prove that he is worth a lot more money than he's getting paid, and he will be the one that makes the decision and wins the coaching battle to get his team, like you just alluded to, from being the first one seed to lose to a 16 and win it all the next year. This Virginia Cavalier team is on a mission. They've been on a mission since November 6th. There's no recent tragedy that is impacting their run. And I think that this team is just fundamentally sound. My one asterisk, and I've said that multiple times, I said it on my show earlier on with Drew and Ian Cameron and Dave Mason, that Ty Jerome has to stay on the floor. If he goes out with a 4 foul like he did versus Auburn, they do not they're not able to survive this. They need him on the floor. He's the floor general. He's the most valuable player in my opinion, and he will prove tonight that that's what he is.
Well, I have to admit that makes me nervous. That fourth foul he took was such a little bitch foul, such a whiny bitch slap foul out of anger because the foul wasn't called on him, and he's got to keep his head together. I mean, this is just too much on the line, and it was a little kid foul. It really really upset me, and Virginia's very very fortunate to be here, to be playing in this game after the last two games. Both times I thought they were done, and almost I don't want to use the word miracle, but it certainly felt close to that. Well, let's talk about the market move on the total here, because it has surprised me. It has surprised me. From 117.5 up to 119.5 at Bovada. Now, if I didn't have this future on the line, I would obviously want to hear what you were saying, but if you were telling me, you know what, we should move towards the under in this game, I would probably make that bet. I would probably make it, but I don't want to get in the way of my payout at this point. But what is your look on this total? It is now sitting at 119, Max.
Yeah, this total is a conundrum for me. My number on it that I had projected was 124. So obviously that favors towards the over, but I don't trust it. I can see this game easily being a 55-50 game for Virginia in the end. And I just do not think that, regardless of how efficient Texas Tech has been offensively, shooting 46% and over 35% from three, I just don't see it. The way that Virginia's played shutdown defense in the second half has been outstanding and quite noticeable. And I don't think we're getting overtime in this game either. So I don't think that's going to impact it at all. I just don't know about this team. I don't know if there's going to be fouls that called. Um, predominantly these teams do not foul a lot. They do not put their opponent on the line a lot. I believe that we're going to get a little more laid back refereeing tonight based on the refs and some of the past games that I've seen them particularly officiate. I think that at 119 and a half, um, it's getting to a point where there's still value towards the over. It is a championship game. I just don't trust the number. That's why I don't have a bet on it. I've literally been watching this number go up and down for about, I don't know, about maybe 12 to 14 hours. And I'm literally looking to make a play live and use the Twatty Latte second half system if I believe that there could be some elevated amount of scoring in the second half.
Interesting. I've got a couple questions I want to bounce off you. First off, speaking of Dave Mason, and shout out to Dave Mason, great guy. BetOnline just dropped it to 118 and a half, and Bovada just jumped it up to 120. Bookmaker just dropped it to 118 and a half while I was saying that, and Heritage is also at 118 and a half. So, wow, very, very, very interesting stuff. Now, my question is about Salt, Jack Salt. If he plays over 25 minutes or around 25 minutes, I think this game goes under. And if he doesn't play, do you think that Odiasi and Texas Tech's length can sort of push Virginia around? What is your expectation of Jack Salt in this game?
I don't see Jack Salt playing more than 15 minutes unless Diakate gets into foul trouble. You need Diakate and his help defense that he can bring. He brings an athletic wingspan that's good for the type of score and the type of shots that you can expect guys like Moretti, Mooney, and Jared Culver to be trying to attempt. From Odiasi perspective, what we really saw was he is their best help defender. He is the guy who can swarm, and I am very worried about DeAndre Hunter matching up against him tonight. We know that we're going to see a small lineup, and Kihei Clark has earned his way into the starting lineup. Him handling the ball with Ty Jerome is going to be interesting because how are they going to do in the lane? How are they going to react to this suffocating defense? Because it feels like they just get swarmed every time someone's getting ready to get into a position to take a shot. So that's going to be real interesting. And then, of course, the refereeing. So I think that guys like Odiasi are going to be critical to stay on the floor and stay out of foul trouble. He did get into foul trouble in the first half, but played magnificently in that aspect in the second half, and I think was one of the main reasons why Michigan State had so much trouble scoring the basketball. Obviously, with Owens and his ankle injury, we know that he's going to play through it. We just don't know what kind of ability he's going to have. I think that the most important player coming off the bench, and I've said it a bunch of times for Texas Tech, is Kyler Edwards, the freshman. He's getting some minutes. He's playing 19, 20 minutes a game. I believe that if he is able to hit some three-point shots and get some open looks, that could be a real thorn in the side of this Virginia team the whole night. So we'll see what happens, but it's gonna be real critical for this front court of Texas Tech to swallow up any kind of offense that's going on. And even if Jack Salt comes into the game, I don't really see him being effective enough against this style of defense.
Yeah. Oh man, those are very interesting points. What is if there's Jared Culver, possible lottery pick in the draft, who on Virginia can, like, who's the, for Virginia backers, who are we most worried about? Matt Mooney? Is Matt Mooney going to take over the game? Who are we most worried about in the Red Raider uniform?
Yeah, that's exactly who I would say, Jimmy. I would say Matt Mooney. Listen, the game plan for every team so far has been to shut down Culver, all right? The shooting percentages say it. Culver did come on very strongly in the second half versus Michigan State, but if you could hold him to 12 points and shut him down in the first half, you could hit the under prop of 17.5 on him. You can try and look for something a little more juicy on BetOnline on their player props. But Matt Mooney, that's a guy that you really have have to worry about. This is a guy that has shown that even though I've talked some shit about him, that he is ready and game for this experience, and he brings that military work ethic on the court every minute he's on there. I personally think there's value on him on the over 12.5 at plus 127 on Bet Online. I think that has definite value. And if you want to get a little juicy, try and go with the plus over 18 or over 20 points for big scores. I think Matt Mooney's going to be able to get his shot off. It's just a worry of, can he get his shot off before the help defense from guys like DeAndre Hunter and Mamadou Diakate get over and alter his shot.
Drew Daddy says under in the first half, Max.
Yeah, listen, on these totals, I don't have a very good opinion. That's why I don't have a bet on it already. So I support whatever you guys are doing. I hope that you guys all cashed on it, but it's something that I have to see live, and I have to see how these guys match up against each other, what kind of pressure defense. Maybe they're running some motion. I don't know. I got to see it before I lay anything on this total.
Virginia Tech has now got a chance to cash, over 100-1 futures bets for some gamblers. Looking ahead at this summer, and I know that a lot is going to go on in the summer and a lot of moves and JUCO transfers and whatnot, but is there a team or two or three, and I know this is sort of a shot in the dark, that around the 100-1 tag that you see could be next year's Texas Tech?
I'm looking at Texas A&M. Buzz Williams leaving Virginia Tech, going into a really good situation with Texas A&M. I think that if he can get some of his type of recruits and implement his system fast, I think that there is some value there. But aside from that, I really haven't looked too much into it. I'm just trying to keep track and get my charts going of the transfer market and all these new departures because of the coaching changes.
Is there a time where you would like to jump back on the show and let us know what's going on in the college transfer market?
Well, there's so much activity over the next couple months that really, until you get to maybe June or July, you really don't know the makeup of things. Because look at how you just had Coach Musselman leave Nevada for Arkansas. Well, that opens up the eligibility to a whole bunch of guys on that team, including five-star recruit Jordan Brown, who could be a significant piece and the building block for that Nevada team. There's just too many questions right now, and once things get more settled, then I'll be able to relay some of this information, but there's just too many questions right now.
I feel that. Well, Max, my God, are we going to miss having you on the show? Your talk of chicken tenders and organic honey and feeding cock soup and all that good stuff is going to be dearly, dearly missed. We've loved having you on the show. It's sad. It feels sad. So are you going to be making live bets, and are you going to be putting those out on Twitter throughout the game?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be making live bets. It's a 9:20 Eastern game, so hopefully all you dads and moms out there get your kids into bed early tonight. And I will be on either my YouTube channel or on SportsKeg, and I'll be throwing some live plays out there on Twitter if you're not able to watch. And then hopefully we're going to see the first one seed to lose Sweet 16 and come back and win it all, because it's all about Wahoo time. Local strippers want the Wahoos to win tonight. They're depending on them. They need chickens. They need chicken tenders. They need Popeye's chicken tenders. And of course, they need organic honey, because remember, Jimmy, you know this. I know this. The low baggers know this. Barbecue and ranch, they equal a farting stripper. We don't need those smells from them. It's bad enough we have to deal with their smeller stripper bodies, leaving the odors on our clothes for our significant others to smell after we've joined and had a good time at the strip club. I don't have that problem, but I'm sure that some other people do.
Oh, man. Still can't laugh. Well, man, I told you, I sent you a message. I said, come down to Costa Rica. I'd love it if you could come down and party with me at some point over the next little while, if you got any time. Tickets, they're not that cheap. I don't know why, because the rainy season just started up. Dry season's over. I thought tickets would be cheap as fuck, but whatever. Still love have you come down. Max, my man, Where can we find you on Twitter? And from low baggers everywhere, thank you so much for being an enormous part of this show over the last few months. We've absolutely loved having you on. Can't wait for next year doing it all over again. Where can we find you on Twitter? And also, could you please introduce none other than Lucrative Larry?
Yeah, absolutely. You can find me at MaxwellSmart420 on Twitter. I'll definitely be getting my college basketball preseason organization going. Once I get that going, I'll start to reach out and I'll start to share the knowledge, share the wealth of how Maxwell Smart prepares for college basketball season. It is an exhausting process, but I live for it because I don't want to work a freaking full-time job. I want to do this for the rest of my life. So, definitely look out for that. I'll be making contact with a bunch of people, and hopefully maybe there'll be some college softball betting advantages that I can put out on Twitter throughout the summer. And yeah. It's been an absolute pleasure, Jimmy. I have to thank you so much for putting me on. It's been just a pleasure being able to work with you hand in hand. You are a mentor, an idol, a friend, and just a great human being. So I want to thank you, SBR, Sophia, Zach, Rafa, Freddie, Larry, everybody on the team, graphics, production, and the big bosses. So thanks very much. And of course, let me introduce to you a man, a creative man, an artistic man with great hair. His name is Lucrative. His name is Lucrative Larry.
Oi, mate. How you been? How you been, mate?
I've been okay.
My plane now.
All right.
You know what I'm doing? See what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Do you see it? Can you hear that?
Yeah, it's an accent. It's
Oi, mate.
It's an Australian accent.
No, mate. It's oh boy. I moved the glass.
Yeah, your
glass.
your tits move the glass. But yeah.
You see look what
no,
I can do.
okay, sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Okay, that's an Australian accent that you're doing right now.
No, mate. It's English.
English they don't,
accent.
They don't say mate. They call people cunts.
Oi, cunt, mate.
Oh my god. All right.
I'll be your dream. I'll be your wish. I'll be your fantasy. I see her. You don't want to sing?
No, I don't want you to sing. But talk to me, man. What's your play here?
Champions League.
Cunt.
Champions League. Man City at Tottenham. That's why I was doing the accent. It's in England. Those are places in England. Man City at minus 118 at Bet365 to the Champions League. Have you been there?
To the Champions League?
Yeah.
No, I hear it's beautiful this time of year. All right. Thank you very much. Now, my record is almost completely done in every sport, so we'll have to go to yours next and figure out what your records are.
I'll be your dream.
Oh, Jesus. Thank you, everybody, for being a part of this show, even right here.
Cunt, mate. Make cunt.
I'm on the Mariners Royals over 10 at minus 102 and the A's minus 1.5 at plus 116. I came extremely close to taking the under 5.5, first 5 under in the Rockies game. I'm not going to be mad if that comes through. Maybe if a couple leans start coming through, maybe I'll get a little bit more confidence. Whatever. Those are my only 2 plays. We have a huge NBA card tomorrow. Ski Profit will be joining us. We're going to have Drew Martin on the early show. There's a few afternoon baseball games. And then the NHL playoffs start on Wednesday, which is very exciting. Thank you for being a part of this show.
1K.
Yeah.
Man, see you what? All right.
Oh, God, that's bad, dude. That's really bad.
Mate.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Most
Goodbye,
importantly,
mate.
Leche,
We'll do it with the accent.
Halos Bookmakers!
Leche.